Right, we're going to try again at little one take Tottenham here. Going to walk through and ask some people some quick thoughts. Guys, going to the game?
Yeah, mate.
Quick thoughts.
3-0 Spurs.
Have you heard Berghvall's out for the season?
It is what it is.
Don't mind? 3-0 Spurs. How about you, mate? How about you?
Yeah, 3-1, I reckon.
3-1?
Hopefully.
Who's going to score?
Don't know, anyone. I just want anyone to score. Fuck it, I've had enough.
Cheers, boys. Take care. See you later. We're going to carry on walking. Hey, there he is. Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, you?
Scoreline?
3-0.
Who's scoring?
3-1, because we always concede.
Who's scoring?
Richie from a Porro cross, Bissouma screamer from 35 yards, and...
Super screamer from 35 yards.
Yeah.
Said nobody ever.
It's written in the stars, Sean. Come on.
Okay.
He's got to be. Like, no one wanted him in the team. He's going to score.
Did you
An
want
own goal. Sorry, I meant an own goal.
Did you expect Richalison?
You've been Turkish.
Yeah, I've been Turkish again. That's what I do, mate. That's what I do. Did you expect Richie in the squad?
No, I thought Tottenham Hotspur had mod and their spot in
It's a weird one, mate. Are we
team.
experimenting, though? What are we doing here?
I can't see there being a formation change, because I just don't, unless you're putting Maddison on a wing.
So it's not 4-2-4? It's 4-3-3, Richalison out there, yeah?
Yeah, it's got to be, yeah. And I think it is going to literally be, you'll see Porro hooning balls into the box constantly for Richalison to try and tack at the back post.
I'll tell you what, I was just in a pub when that team sheet was announced. I was like, everybody was like, what the F? Like, Berghvall's out for the season.
Yeah, new contract, getting injury.
Typical,
did he break his finger signing the contract or something? Just classic Spurs.
Couldn't be more Spurs ever, mate.
Yeah.
So you're saying 3-0, 3-1 you said?
Yeah, I don't...
Is that going to be enough?
I'd rather it was 3-0. I just think they're very good at their own ground. Understandably so, because of the Arctic Circle, 3D pitch, all of that stuff. And just they are a good team. I think there's been quite a media push of, they're crippled, it's too easy to try and be like, Tottenham, like at the end of it. They're a good team. They beat Lazio. Lazio was one of the teams that we were scared to play, and they've
100%.
beaten them over 2 legs.
100%.
And absolutely demolished. In fact, actually, I looked at their game against them at home, when they played Lazio at home, and they probably should have won 4 or 5-0, to be honest with you, with the amount of chances they created. So
Yeah. This is not done, mate, and with that news about Berghvall out, I feel a little bit concerned.
Yeah, that's gutting. He's a driving force of our midfield currently, and him missing is a concern. But Maddison's probably been our MVP of the Europa League.
You think? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Let me ask this, mate. Let's turn this into an interview. I'll put this. What we've just done, I'll put it into the clip for the sort of pre-match of the match day blog. But we'll turn this into a clip. We'll move on with the story. What do you make of Ange's comments recently? Do you think he is creating an us versus them narrative? And does he include the fans in the us, or does he include the fans in the them?
So I think with what Maddison said, so I'm going to say what Maddison said, and he was definitely saying we. He was trying to be we feel this, and encompassing the fans in that. And I think Maddison would only say that if Ange is trying to do that as well. Ange knows he needs to get the fans on side. If he wants a job next season, he needs to get the fans on side.
Can he do that? What percentage of the fans? Let me rephrase the question. What percentage of the fans will, if we can go and do the lift the trophy, what percentage of the fans would you say are already Ange out regardless, that might come across the Oki in a world where we do lift the trophy? What percentage of the fans are more patient and think that you can't sack the guy? Actually, I'm saying that badly.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, what percentage of the fans
Ange
would
out
change
either
their
way,
minds?
and which percentage are, if you win, you can stay?
I would say that from my experience of online Spurs fans, which I would say is probably more reactionary than
100%
the fans here, I would say that online fans is definitely like 70 to 80% are Ange out, irrespective of what's going on. I feel the majority of people walking around the stadium today and coming to the game, it's probably more 60. I would say that are probably like just.
To be honest, I've probably spoken to 20 people I've never spoken to before.
Yeah.
Not knowing their level of investment in terms of time and how much all that stuff on the online space, but most of them said if he wins, he stays.
Yeah, I mean, I personally believe in meritocracy.
Same.
If he's done enough to win us the first trophy since 2008 and our first European trophy since 1984, I wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's eye.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? Like, and it comes down to what you want. Like, I've been a part of the online space for a few years, and I've been told repeatedly that it's all about trophies. The top four is not a trophy, it's all about trophies, and yet...
People like moving goalposts, right?
The goalposts they'd love to move the goalposts. Suddenly the league position's unforgivable. Yeah. Right?
Don't get me wrong, I think our league form has been awful, and that does worry me. That is a manager that can G up the team for a one-off game, which is why we've had semi-decent cup runs minus the FA Cup.
But if he's a cup guy, and there's always going to be 3 teams worse than Tottenham in the Premier League because of that they come up, they come down routine, then are you okay with the guy that finishes 17th and yet every year gets us to a cup final or 2? Most fans should be.
Yeah, if he wins us a cup every single year, then I ain't going to complain. Like I was born in '92. I don't really remember us winning the League Cup in '99. I remember being around my uncle's house, and that's about it. And it was '99, wasn't it? That would test my knowledge.
Yeah.
And 2008, I was still in secondary school, so I've never tasted the glory.
As a man that can drink alcohol after the game.
Yeah. For a good few years now.
You've never been able to celebrate a cup win as a Tottenham fan with a beer?
No. Never. Which is a sham, because all I've ever been taught is that Spurs are a cup team. And yet, in my 33 years of existence, two cups, which is disappointing. So, yeah, if he can win us a cup every single year, then of course you would say that, but you don't know that, do you? That's
no, of course not. Of course not. But this squad is better than the league position. And... look, for me personally, I'm with you. I think meritocracy should dictate. But there is a line in the sand right now. Like, you screw this up tonight, and it becomes much more difficult next week. Yeah. But if you find a way to get it done over 2 legs, and then you go to Bilbao and you lift the cup, put aside the naysayers that want to sort of diminish the value of the cup because certain things like the Champions League teams haven't dropped down and the competition's not good enough. It's probably reasonable to say that it's more difficult to win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup than it is the Europa League under the current system. However, at the end of the day, stats and facts don't. It's not Spurs' fault, and the stats and facts don't lie. But it's black and white for him. It is, if he loses, he is the worst manager in Premier League history. If he wins, he's the most successful manager in Tottenham's Premier League era.
That's what we love about football, isn't it? Knife-edge stuff. It's one way or the other. I mean, league form and the way we've performed in the league, I'm not happy with in any way, shape or form. Beginning of the season, it's probably only up until the end of February, really, where I was like, God, this really, isn't working in terms of the league and stuff. But then we would churn out performances in cups and the Europa League and stuff like that. It's a really difficult one. I do think my biggest issue is I don't see, with the setup at Spurs as it currently is with Langer.
Yep.
I don't see what manager you get who is a hugely significant improvement on what Ange is. I like Thomas Frank, and I think he would do a very, very good job, but there's no guarantee that he can take us to the next level.
The difficult thing is I think most Tottenham fans that I speak to want Pochettino back, as do I.
It's just not going to happen, though, is it?
Even if you wait another year, you're still not going to get him until after the World Cup finishes, which isn't until early July. So then you've wasted half of next summer waiting for him to come in to overlook his club. And we'll be on pre-season tour by then. Yeah. So then on that basis, is Pochettino also...
Probably would have played 2 games in Australia by then.
Right, exactly, right? And one of them will be rained off or whatever. But to me, I'm sitting there now contemplating the reality that the only guy that you can find almost 80% kind of... agreement on that you'd like to see him back to finish his unfinished, issues. That guy isn't available now unless you pay serious money, of which allegedly, according to all reports, we don't have much, which I can't believe. I don't subscribe to it. But in a world where you wait for a year, you're also going to ruin next summer's transfer window waiting for him to finish his World Cup duty. So that's also undoable, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see Pochettino back. I don't know, maybe it's the Spurs in me that just feels it'll be classic that he would come in and be absolute dog crap again when he came back. But I couldn't see that because he has been a good manager everywhere he's gone. People go, oh yeah, it was the French league with PSG, but he still won 2 cups whilst he was there. He done a good job at Chelsea under difficult circumstances there. Not that I wanted them to do well or anything like that, or him to do well when he went there. But they did do a good job. You could probably say that he was probably playing better football with them than what Maresca is playing with them.
Yeah, fair.
But Yeah, I think he's the only manager that would probably unite the Spurs, the majority of Spurs.
I don't think Iriola's going to leave Bournemouth. I don't know why you would.
I wouldn't want Iriola. I think he's as bad as Ange when it comes to the gun-ho football. And Spurs fans clearly don't want. We want to attack him, but we don't want gun-ho.
I don't think Spurs fans know what they want.
No, they don't. They want to win.
They move what they want.
Basically, we want to win, and we feel like we deserve to be winning.
But then sometimes winning's not enough either, right? If you win ugly, it's not satisfactory either.
Yeah.
I think our fan base are in this kind of no man's land. Not everybody, but some people, a lot of people that I speak to, it's always an opportunity. I think we like to lean negative. We like to look at the grass and think that it's always greener elsewhere. It often hasn't been. But let me ask you this last question for you, mate.
Yeah.
Daniel Levy, can his reputation amongst the online space, people that are going to be watching this,
No.
can his reputation, can he turn it around if this season ends with failure in the cup? Is it do or die for him as much as it is do or die for
it's do or die for both of them, but I think for Levy, I think it's die whatever. I think I think the majority of fans on the online space, which is the question you asked, are Levy out irrespective of what happens. Like, you've had people say that they would want us to get relegated if it meant that which is just ridiculous. Sorry, I almost swore there. Completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous in my mind. Why would you ever want Spurs to fail just so an owner goes?
I think a lot of people get their ego suddenly get involved, and it becomes more around being right rather than what's right.
Yeah, 100%. But the thing is, you get relegated, you ain't going to get the owner that you want. And
the owner's not going to sell. This owner is not going to sell at 40 pence in the pound because he knows he's going to come straight back up again.
Exactly.
All that's going to happen is you're going to see an exodus of our best players. So,
exactly.
That was madness. But look, I do feel like I kind of agree with you. At least in the online space, that a lot of people have already made their mind up, and which I find difficult to get my head around. If the reason why you don't want Daniel Levy is because there's a trophy drought. If you win a trophy, surely that takes the pressure off a little bit. Surely you should be happy, but I'm not sure that would be that way.
And let's be honest, this is a major trophy. Yes, okay, it's the second European.
I think it's the third biggest trophy in the game.
Yeah. In club football. Yeah, okay, club football, 100%. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. It's a major trophy. It's a trophy we've won twice before. It'd be great to win it a third time.
Actually, you know what? I'm not sure that's true.
It's probably third or it's probably fourth. You probably put the FA Cup above.
Well, in terms of from English teams, but are there other league titles that are more prestigious? Is it more difficult to win the?
It's more difficult to win the Europa League than it is to win the Bundesliga, as long as you're at Bayern Munich.
Yeah. And the same probably with Spain. Same probably with.
Yeah.
Like so third toughest, third most points. Yeah.
Harry Kane, he's gone to Bayern Munich. He's won a Bundesliga, but no one's.
Not yet.
Well,
assuming he will. But would you have him back?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Would you drop our entire transfer budget on him?
Well, we wouldn't need to.
We'll just pay him off. Yeah, just wipe the debt.
Wipe the debt.
Yeah.
I'd have him back in a heartbeat, because even at the age he is now, he's still a guy that could do nothing for 80 minutes and then suddenly score a goal from nothing. Like, that's the one thing. We always wondered what life would be like without Harry Kane.
Now we know.
And it's shit. But he is a player that would score goals from nothing.
Yeah.
And we don't have a player like that. Like, Solanke is a good in-the-box striker when he's supplied with the service to be able to score goals. But he's not a player who's going to pick up a ball and make a goal happen from anywhere on the pitch. Harry Kane could do that. Gareth Bale could do that. Heung Min a few years ago could do that in purple patches.
Yeah.
We don't have a player like that, and that is what we are missing. And I think what him going has revealed is that actually the rest of the players aren't that good.
Yeah. Mate, lovely to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you. Having a beer?
Oh yeah, I've had a few already. I'll be having a couple more in a second. What's the score prediction? Was 3-1. You said
3-1. Yeah.
Come on, you Spurs. Tommy boy. See you next one.
Boys.
Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, bye.